There you go.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
Tits.
Yeah, you don't want to be there.
Nope. I could just see it going in the corner of my eye because it's just like.
For your tits?
Yep.
See his tits going in the corner of his.
I don't want to see his tits.
See, this is what I like to do. I like to have the show on this screen here and then some casual porn on the other screen.
Casual, yes.
Only the casual kind.
Only the casual.
What's casual?
He's got to multitask. It's easier to multitask if it's casual.
You know, nothing too aggressive. No choking or anything like that.
I'm not going to encourage this. As a matter of fact, let's just start the show. That's going to be a wonderful opening for anybody who hasn't seen the show before. Oh my goodness. All right. It's June 1st, 2014, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2
FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games. Yeah. I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard. Ask all the people that need PAX to play Call of Duty.
I could hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 428 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I'm Foilman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshie. Hello, Welshie.
Hello.
Lucky for us, he found his way home. Strider.
So lost.
Strider is with us in spirit. At least his photo's there. Hey, Strider.
Hey, everybody.
There we go. And Ham made it over to the show. Welcome, Ham.
Thanks for having me.
And Breezy, although his attention may be divided, is with us. Hello, Breezy.
Hello.
Between him and his tits.
You have all of my attention. You have partial attention, actually. I'm lying.
So before we officially begin, let me remind you all the show is recorded live. You can check out the episode live on Sundays, 12 p.m. Eastern, over here on Twitch, where we will get rude and anxious and disturbing. And if that is going to be a problem for you, along with our adult themes and other kinds of content, get out.
Get out. That's the solution.
That's the solution. No, really. We welcome all people of all. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going to go. Because it's just going to, if I continue that sentence, someone's only going to encourage certain members here to make sure we equally offend everyone else. All right, so we have some things to talk about.
Are you insinuating me?
We have some things that we can talk about this week, such as the PAX Prime tickets that went on sale for an hour.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So apparently they've decided not to do anything about the ridiculous nature in which these PAX tickets are being sold. Ridiculous being that they sell these tickets for a large venue. They must allow at least 200,000 people. I'm thinking 800,000 people tickets to be sold, right? Individual tickets, because you have to divide it up against 4 days, and in an hour and 12 minutes, every ticket was sold out. 4-day passes within 12 minutes, was it, or 20 minutes?
20.
Okay.
Was this because they sold out so quickly, or was there just not many tickets?
The venue is huge.
Yeah.
So it's just because they were so popular?
I'm going to say it's because scalpers are trying to purchase them before anyone else so that they can resell them, because they have a huge resale value on eBay. Why? Because they don't have any real security systems in place. In other words, they don't have any way to stop these scalpers from buying tickets over and over and over. They don't have any way to stop robot scalpers from purchasing these tickets over and over. They don't have photo ID involved in these tickets in order to
I was going to say, I know
prevent
our
this.
tickets did, but it was because they were media passes.
We have media passes, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I remember Eurogamer did that with your name was on the ticket, regardless of what. And you had to bring photo ID to collect it.
But we've had this discussion before.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
The queue line to get into the facility, if you're going to have a queue line to get into the facility as well as a queue line to get your pass, it becomes your first day or whatever day your pass is for. If you're say you buy a 1-day pass and you go pick it up, this video thing is really pissing me off. It becomes insane. You're going to miss half of the first day of your event in queue, whether it's to pick up your pass, to go stand in queue to get into the venue. It's just, there's not really a good solution to that I can see.
Well, they just have a pass pickup before the event actually starts.
Yeah, but then you have to be there a day before.
Well, no, because you can
Price you pay.
just push the open start time for the first day back an hour or so. Because like, this literally worked at Eurogamer. Like you just went, you had actually, in fact, I think they allowed you to print out the tickets yourself for Eurogamer.
So what's the difference?
Because they have your name and a barcode on them.
And your barcode on your ticket has to match the barcode on the back of your neck?
Yes. But no, they scanned them, and then you have to show a photo ID. Like they have to do something because this is ridiculous.
Do they? Now, think of it from their point of view. I understand that we don't want to, but is this good for them? It might be. They're selling out.
Gets all their tickets out, yeah.
It makes them appear more popular.
I don't
regardless
think
of
they
who's
have
purchasing
to
them.
appear more popular.
Now, do they have a limit on how many tickets you can buy at one time on
Yes.
one card?
Yes, I believe it's either 2 or 3. And if you try and perform multiple transactions with the same credit card, all the tickets purchased with that credit card will be revoked. That's the whole point of that service that they used. I can't remember the name of it offhand. ShowClicks.
Okay.
ShowClicks has watches apparently installed so that if you to try and prevent scalpers from doing this. The event itself is designed to be for the gamers, to try and get the gamers into this event. Not so much media, not so much like E3, which is all, well, E3's that's a different discussion. But it's designed more for the consumer, the end users, than it is for media, which is why they want that audience there, and that's why I think the demand is there, is because there is such a giant hole to fill for that. And the scalpers know that, and they're profiteering on it. I don't believe that it's as big as a problem as Foil wants to make it out to be. I don't think this is all people that are, scalpers that are purchasing these tickets up. I do believe there is a lot of the fans actually getting in there. It's just the sheer number of people that want to get into this event.
This is not a new problem. This is the same problem I face every time I want to go to a festival every year.
Yeah,
They will sell out within an hour and a half, and you're either lucky or you're not.
Yeah, and it's essentially the same, the same discussion we had last year. They sold out in under 2 hours. The year before, they sold out
in a couple days.
In a couple days. Yeah, it definitely wasn't as rapid, but up to that point, when it sold out, like the prior to that, when we noticed it, hey, it's sold out in a couple days, I think, and that was, I'm talking complete sellout. Like the 4-day passes were gone right away and all that. It was because they decided after that they were going to cut down on the amount of fraudulent tickets that were out there, i.e. counterfeit. And so they really made some movements and inroads to cut down on the amount of counterfeit tickets that were out there, so these badges weren't just getting mass produced somewhere and people selling lookalikes on the street, and they're close enough to get you in the door unless someone really, really takes a close look at it. Now they've got security measures on the badge themselves, holograms and et cetera, to try and deter that type of thing. The only way, honestly, that I can see this working is you purchase a ticket on your credit card, you can only purchase the ticket on your credit card. You can purchase, you know, whatever limit you want to impose on it. But those people that you're going to take into that have to have that credit card. And that's what they do up here. If you purchase, say, tickets to a concert or a festival, whatever, on your credit card, you go to will call, you don't get in the door without your credit card, because you swipe your credit card, your tickets get virtually printed right there. And they're not given to you as a hard ticket. It's a virtual ticket, and it's like, okay, you got 4 people to come in. Who are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And that's essentially what it is. You walk up, you swipe your card. Okay, you got 3 people come in with you. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And that way you can have no counterfeiting. You can have no resale of these tickets, because there's nothing physical to change hands. It is all based on who bought that ticket.
As a consumer, it's simply frustrating. That's all it is. I don't know if something should be done. I just don't like it.
It most definitely is frustrating, especially, you know, an event like this that we know is a fantastic event for gamers. We made a decision not to go this year. Ham still might, I don't know. But I just a financial decision for myself with the burden. I can't see taking that financial burden on to go again this year. Just take a break from it. And I think that's kind of the same for. Mind you, we've been getting a little more and more extravagant each year. And
yeah, it's getting a little crazier and crazier. I know.
Well, last year Foil tried to outspend everybody, so I put him down.
Within an hour, though, after the tickets were on sale, someone's already on eBay selling their tickets for $600.
Yeah.
That's an example of what's wrong.
But that is the exact same thing that happened last year.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is there's going to be a peak. People are going to try and put them on there and try and say, oh, well, you can buy them for $1,200, $1,400, and it'll peak out at X value. And then as soon as those badges get mailed out, now there's actually something physical to trade hands. So those prices are going to drop. People are going to be sitting there with tickets and looking to sell them. So it's.
Now, what about E3? E3, on the other hand, their tickets are what? What are they? 400? 3 something? If you want to go as a non-industry person, I don't even know if that's allowed. They say if you're not in the industry, you can't go. Then they say it costs this much. But if you're in the industry and have credentials, you go for free. So I don't understand how E3 really works. I just know I happen to be in the industry, so I get to go. Which is next week.
E3 knows how E3 works, honestly.
I think they just designed everything around who gives them the biggest bag of money.
Yeah.
And does E3 even matter? I kind of think PAX matters, but does E3 matter? E3 is really a media event, but what I don't know what.
What you have to do is you have to look at what the target audience for each of these events is.
Yeah.
And if you look at E3, which occurs shortly,
next week.
Just occurred. Yeah,
next week.
It occurs next week, right? So E3 is it's the industry for the industry. And so by that I mean you have the publishers and developers showing off to other publishers and developers, and at the same time showing off to the media and trying to generate that hype. So that's what that's going to be all geared towards. PAX, on the other hand, is more geared towards the consumer and the end user,
making the consumer the media personnel.
Yes, we want to get that basically
buzz,
feet on the ground hype, rather than someone telling them what they like. Hey, let's see if they actually do like it. And so you get a lot of fan stuff there, and so on and so forth. One of the problems that I'm seeing with PAX is the first year was when they started to get really insanely busy, which was, I believe, the first year that we decided to go. They had the League of Losers tournament there.
Right.
Now, a lot of those people that attended the League of Losers tournament and were there as fans of League of Losers were not there for PAX, but they had to have a PAX badge to get into this event. So they are taking away from people that want to go to the event and putting those badges into the hands of people that are there to dress up as a their favorite character or watch these events. Because last year it was what tournament did they have there last year? Shitballs.
I remember the year before. I don't remember last year.
Yeah, there was a tournament last year as well. I can't remember what it was though.
The year before we saw the League of Legends, right? With
Yeah, and then last year they had one. So all those tickets that could potentially be it was Guild Wars. Oh no, because Guild Wars was off-site.
Maybe Guild Wars was 2 years ago, and last year was League of Legends.
I don't remember.
I think that's what it was.
Last year was definitely League of Legends, and so was the year before.
Yep. I don't know about the year before.
About the year before, the third year before that, I don't know. I didn't go to that one, so I don't know.
But anyways, so they're taking a lot of those badges for people that could be in there to actually look around the entire event and giving them to the people that are just going there to sit in a room and watch people play a video game
or board games.
I don't quite get that. That type of a venue should be moved off-site and not require a PAX badge to get in.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Sell separate tickets for it.
Well, yeah, if you want to monetize it, sell.
Or don't even sell tickets, yeah, just have people show.
Here's a venue. I mean, they did that with the Guild Wars 2 tournament last year. It was first come, first serve. It was off-site, so there was no PAX badge required. If you did have a PAX badge, it gave you something special. I think if you got in, you got a free drink or whatever it was. I didn't go, so I can't remember. But that's essentially what should happen with these tournaments. There, I think that, and that'll probably free up, 1,000 badges a day.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I mean, PAX is definitely becoming bigger and bigger every year. It used to only take up one hall of the convention center. Now it takes up the entire convention center, plus a bunch of theaters around that area and ballrooms and meeting rooms in hotels surrounding that area. And it's just becoming this ever expanding amoeba of gamers.
Expanding by way of words in mind, not physically expanding because they stay in the same space.
Well, but they're also appropriating space around them.
They did 2 years ago, and last year I don't remember it.
Oh, there was a lot of stuff outside of the convention center last year.
Okay.
We didn't focus on it. Last year, well, we discussed it before we all went, what we wanted to do as far as viewing different products and stuff like that. What our time frame, what we wanted to do with it, because the year before we decided we were going to try and do everything.
Yeah,
that was a mistake.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure one of us died at one point.
I think there's video of the resurrection.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the solution is. I mean, PAX is obviously recognized that there is a giant draw for it. Are they, by having PAX East and now PAX South and then PAX Prime, are they perhaps trying to spread it around more, spread PAX around more so that the people from the southern states aren't coming up to the PAX Prime and the East not coming to the West? I don't know that they're going to succeed in that, because PAX, just the PAX itself has its own stigma of people that follow it, and they'll go, if I could go to PAX Australia, I think I would, just to go to Australia.
I know, it's too expensive for that ride.
I'd probably go to PAX.
Although I'm thinking of not going to the one in Austin. I thought about it at first, the one that they're just opening up now.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're calling it. PAX Austin. Sure.
Is that for this year or next year?
That's this spring.
Oh, I might do
Well,
that.
next year's spring, like January, isn't it?
I thought about it.
Okay,
I'm not sure what's going to happen for a first-year event in a city that is not extremely close to any
Accessible.
airports.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an 8-hour
big
flight.
problem.
Isn't it,
There's
from
an
Vancouver?
airport in Austin, or near Austin.
Which is like,
Yeah, but it's not a hub,
let's go
so you have
home.
to. That's the thing, though. It's not a hub, so you have to fly into.
Somewhere
Like myself, I'm in a plane for 9 hours to get to that.
And you're not that far in consideration of the
Yeah, I
I
gotta go straight south, but
straight south, and boom, right? You would think.
because it's not a hub, I've got 2 transfers,
Mm-hmm.
and none of
Or-
them are in a straight line.
Or a lot of
Well, they're
driving.
in a straight line, but not in where I want to go.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that they chose that location. There's got to be a reason for it, I'm guessing.
Well, it's currently so close to me that if they did it, I would strongly consider going.
All right. Well, Ham, we're gonna make sure we get you those media passes.
All right.
I know. I have a premium account, so that's not it. I just confirmed it. It's just that Microsoft really sucks.
You need Skype Premium to make a video call. First I didn't, now I do again.
You need Skype Premium to get back what we already gave you.
Oh, maybe it's because all of us don't have Skype Premium.
No, only one person in the group is supposed to have it.
But we are not supposed to need it anymore, ever since Microsoft bought it.
It's not working, Breezy. I'm scrolling up now. It goes away.
You gotta go right down to the bottom.
I did. All right. Let's get off this topic.
Skype Live Gold.
Yes. It's all the Xbox kiddies they put on it.
Yeah.
It's taking up the bandwidth.
To everybody, I want to close that by saying to everybody that got a PAX Prime ticket for PAX 2014, congratulations. I hope that you're going, and I hope you enjoy it.
I hope you're not trying to just resell the ticket. I hope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Yeah, it really is. It is a lot of fun.
Make sure you check out the gum wall. Go to the Pike Street Market.
And get that grilled cheese, wherever that was from.
Grilled cheese in that place that Foyle told me about, that Ukrainian place.
Yeah.
Russian, I thought. But yeah. Oh, they were good. No, Polish, Russian? I don't know.
Polish?
Russian deli.
Fresh deli.
Okay, moving on. Watch Dogs is it's been released, and people are still like loving hating it, and they are talking about how does your PC stack up against this, because there are a lot of setting changes available for this game, whether or not you watch it in low quality versus high quality, what your computer can handle. And there is a video out there that shows a comparison, and I'm watching the video, and I do see some lighting difference. I'm trying to look up the video at the same time. I do see some lighting changes. However, I don't see enough changes in there to warrant upgrading a computer for this game.
And even if you upgrade, odds are you won't
It's
run
not
it on Ultra.
Yeah, it's not going to matter, because from what I've heard and read, this is completely saturated in PC issues. Frame rate issues and sound, and if you have an AMD card, don't even bother buying this game. Because you're not going to play it.
People should have learned by now not to buy these things.
The Uplay thing that they used was down, and you couldn't even log into the game because it requires a consistent internet connection. So you couldn't even get you. So you paid just $60, and it came out on day one. Or you paid more if you pre-ordered it, and you can't even play it.
I think they've learned by now.
From what I've read as well, the gameplay is not that great. The car driving, which is a big part of that game, is horrible.
I think it's got pluses and minuses. Parts that you will like, parts that you
I haven't
won't.
actually played it, so I don't.
I have a friend that's been playing it, and he seems mixed on it still.
This just seems like another game that I'm not going to like. This seems like another Grand Theft Auto. I don't like Grand Theft Autos. I'm not going to like this game.
That sounds about right. As far as if you like one or don't like one.
This is the one where you have to be staring at your smartphone all the time.
This is the one that they want you to have, like your smartphone and then your tablet as well at the same time.
Can't be up to your neck.
This would really work well on the Xbox, where you can have the companion app and use your tablet or whatever it is to go along with it.
Well, I think that's what they designed it for. But yeah, your character's always got his smartphone out, and you're scanning people. It's like, oh yeah, she's a whore. STDs, don't date her. All right, scan you. Oh yeah.
You can just use Facebook for that.
That's secretly what
Should I answer?
BF he's using. Well,
I think India is calling me.
India.
Nice.
Or California.
Why would India call
Can't
you?
tell. Hey, call you.
is that-
Why wouldn't they call
is
me?
that-
Why are you so special?
Is that?
technical support? We're screwed.
I thought that sounded a hell of like a stripper you met like last time.
Oh,
India's calling me.
No.
What I think I'll do for this game is wait for it's on sale.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
I'm
And then
interested to
still
play it,
not
but I'm
buy
not.
it.
Yeah, I'm interested to play it, but I'm not paying like $60 or $70 for like the deluxe
No.
edition. Or whatever.
Heck
Like,
no.
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I don't think I can do that with any game that's out there right now.
No.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
a
there is
Wasn't that a
something.
question that popped up in the chat window earlier?
Well, there's nothing to play.
Yeah.
That wasn't a question. That was a statement.
Oh, okay.
The statement questioning the state of games.
Although we all have had a chance to try some upcoming games, but we're just not excited, even about that.
The only thing I'm holding on to now is Killing Floor 2. I'm excited about that.
You probably won't
I'm
see anything
excited
for at least
about
a
it,
year.
but it's one of those games that it'll be fun when we all play it, but I can't say I'm excited for it because if you guys aren't on, I won't play it.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about it, but it's so far away, isn't it?
It is. I think it is. I think it's going to be 2 years. 2016? Late 2015?
Christ.
We don't know.
It's got a while.
That's
before
it.
it comes out.
There's a big difference between a game I'll play and a game I'm excited for. I want a
Yeah.
game that I can come home every night and sit down and play it.
Be excited to play it.
I'll be excited to play it. Want to play it.
Yeah.
Not sit here and go,
There's a pee-pee
I'm
joke
so
there."
bored.
There's a Breezy's pee-pee joke there.
He's excited to play with that every day.
Yeah.
I don't know how to go into Borderlands prequel from that, so I'm just going to jump right to it. There is some video out there.
Something about starting early or ending early. Something about a prequel before. I don't know. There's something there.
There
I
is
think
a
things started early or no. That doesn't
no.
work.
Don't put too much thought into Breezy's pee-pee. Nobody else did.
I'm from
Lies.
Australia.
Well, there's some gameplay here of the prequel of Borderlands available if you want to watch what it's going to be, so that you don't waste your money later.
Australia.
Or maybe you'll love it and you'll go out and buy it.
You wouldn't be able to
Nah.
The first one was great and I played it loads. The second one was still great, but I didn't play it as much. Now this one's just probably going to be great, but I just don't want to play it because it's
kind of the
no
same-
different to the last two.
I think it's because it's just the same thing
You're up.
over and over. You wait for the claptrap one-liners, and I mean most definitely in the last Borderlands that Tiny Tina was insanely hilarious with her psychosis. But
This one has jetpacks.
You'll notice when we boost that oxygen meter is drained.
That's
Why?
just like the dog.
Because you're on the moon, playing on the moon, so you need to be able to.
So, you need jetpacks because there's zero gravity?
This is Borderlands.
Yeah, so you can jump over the lava.
But there is.
zero gravity.
There's
What
some
kind of
gravity,
lava is in the moon?
Yeah, exactly. What kind of lava's in the moon?
Now there is that.
Cheese
When
lava.
we open up this other lootable, you'll see that
Space lava.
we want to make sure that that this whole system felt.
Space lava is the best kind of lava.
Sounds
Be able
delicious.
to bounce around multiple enemies.
Indeed.
type of
And
surface.
nutritious.
I'll stick with the cake cunt.
But yeah, I watched this video and there's nothing new in it. It's the same thing we say, you know, a game can be good, but if you played it 3 times before, it's
Dart laser. That's kind of like a bolt laser. Athena, you picked up the Molly 1 beam laser before.
Even the guy doing the commentary sounds bored.
Multiple manufacturers, you have the procedural weapon
I-
system, so players can expect to see.
I mean, who opens a crate and then looks to see what's in it? It's like, open it, collect all, move on. There is no, let's open this. Let's watch the animation of it opening, and then we will see whether or not we want to pick it up. No, pick it all up, sort it out later.
But keep
Oh,
an eye
what's
out,
he
'cause
got?
we
He's got a
might have
Ghostbuster
something
gun.
more about
Ooh.
that, in some
Like,
later news.
no. I'm sorry, this is just not something I want to, that I'm excited for.
So I mean, so is it a?
Period.
Is it
It was one of. It's. I think it's one of those things. It's like, didn't ask for it.
Let's see if we have a.
Don't
a
need
new
it, don't
Oz
want
kit
it.
Over to the right here.
this is
So
a
what does this
standalone
do?
expansion, or
So it looks like it.
No, this yeah. Well,
or is it supposed
it's
to
a
be?
new game.
Playable character in Borderlands,
Yeah, it's a whole new
Bethesda
game.
Announces who fans of the franchise will also remember. We'll be talking about her at a later date. Beautiful frozen badass outlaw.
What I didn't particularly like, or don't particularly like, about Borderlands, it's just, of course, the populace says I'm wrong, but it didn't gel with me because I'm very used to FPSs where, and I've said this before, where you shoot somebody and they go down. I don't like that stats can get in the way. Stats on my gun or stats on their particular armor or something like that. I'd rather not have that happen, and I also don't like mass collection and flipping through inventories. That's one of the reasons I struggle with ARPGs, is because there's often collect stuff, then sort through it, collect stuff, then sort through it, and then throw away stuff. That's for me. There's some nice depth there, but it still just gets in the way of me shooting people, which
Awesome. Well, hey,
that's what I really like.
for staying
But
tuned.
in this case, I think I'm okay being wrong because everybody seems to love the game.
I liked the original one, and I guess the second one for the co-op reason, like because the four of us could jump in and play this. I think that was kind of the only reason that I enjoyed it. A lot of it because it was like
Same.
Or you can try and take out their bubbles that way.
Same reason.
Why don't we take a chance to have
I mean, there's other games out there with co-op. If we're gonna judge on a game's quote unquote awesomeness based on whether it's got co-op and how well that co-op is implemented, then there's all kinds of games that theoretically we should be still playing and
all I'm saying is that was my draw for the game. Like that was the thing that made me really want to play it.
What I found with Borderlands 2 is that I got tapped up in the guns that I had and my armor and my mods and all that. I found some pretty good stuff, and
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
yeah, the enemies scale a bit with you, but there wasn't much that I couldn't kill, and it's good that way. There still is things that are challenging about the game once you get the quote unquote best guns and best armor and all that, but it just became more of the same reason why I stopped playing Guild Wars 2. It seemed to be a grind for the sake of a grind. There was no more fun.
Which means that we're just about ready to throw that back. Awesome.
And implementing jetpacks, I don't see that making it fun.
I should have added the dog.
Tactical nukes on the moon and snowmobiles, moonmobiles.
Because this is a
That's what this
And
game
a
is.
space dog. Yeah, why not a space dog? You get all three of those, you got the winning.
Always better to play with friends.
But you need space zombies too.
It's just yet another game that's fallen into the trap, isn't it? Of did well the first time, let's just stick with it.
It did well the first time. Hey, it did well the second time too. Let's see how long we can keep doing this until someone says, you know what?
Sequelitis.
And then they'll blame it on piracy. Why did this game not do well? Because of piracy.
But it's that mentality though that keeps this Lego franchise going. Now we got Lego Batman 3. That's about to come out.
Beyond Gotham. I think it's the
Beyond.
subtitle.
I think it's also in space, right?
Jeez.
Because that's what the pictures show.
Yeah.
Because so
Gotham in
much
space.
was left unbuilt in the first two Lego Batmans.
Oh yeah.
See what I did there?
Hello, chum.
Lego Batman in space. I mean, that sounds like a joke that was running inside of the company, and then somebody actually made it.
Yeah. Like sharks with laser beams.
They exist. They're real.
Laser beam sharks?
Yes. And they will kill you. Twice as dangerous.
See, I have a problem with these Lego games since they started just basically making stuff up.
And
Like
talking.
when they did, well, they're talking, yeah, but then how the original Lego games were based on the movies, so you kind of played through the movie.
Oh. Yeah.
Whereas now they're just basically just kind of making up their own story, and it's like,
It was humorous, and you could follow along, and I found that cute and fun. And now it's just...
Again.
and then there is the voice thing, which I just don't like.
You're just pissed off that they're still not using Michael Keaton as Batman.
No. George Clooney, I think you'll find.
Rowan Atkinson is Batman.
All right, well, jumping over to...
Kevin Conroy's Batman. We all know it.
Kim Conway.
Jumping over to Steam, someone found a game that looked interesting, something new out there that they may have tried and wanted to see what it was like. So they go for the whole, let's give it a try. This new little what was it? I think it was one on the Steam. What do they call that?
So one that was green-lighted.
Greenlight.
This wasn't greenlit.
It wasn't? Okay.
No,
Yeah, no, it was. This was green-lighted. Yes.
Green-lighted?
Greenlit.
And so they play the game,
Yes.
and they realize that this could quite possibly be the worst game that they've ever played.
Worse than Street Rats.
It is called Air Control.
Like, somebody sent this to me, and it is possibly the worst thing I've ever seen. It makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, I love the music.
So this is casual mode, and this is it claims to be the best flight sim in the history of computer games, or even all flight sims. Okay, it has a bunch of modes. This one's called the casual mode. Let's see. After working at it, he finally got casual mode to work, and he found out that basically it starts out as him as a flight attendant. You know, moving pillows around and.
But it's not the concept of this game that's what's bad. It's just the execution of it. Like, it's awful.
What?
And I don't know if it was this game mode or another one or what, but as he played along, eventually they became zombies, and it was a first-person shooter. Somehow, just switched. There's a point somewhere in the game that he says that the developer put a note in there that he just didn't know how to handle the controls, so deal with it. I mean, why do you make a game and put something like that in it?
Like, this just screams at me they went and bought a bunch of models off a store.
Yes, Unity, I think.
And then just, like, put it... It's just horrible.
What?
There you go. Attention, what is it? In some levels, when you need the cursor, there is no cursor. Please press Alt-Tab and choose. Jesus. Air control. If after this there is no cursor, it should be this way.
This is what happens when you open the floodgates.
Yeah. This is what happens when you have absolutely no quality control over what gets greenlit.
People probably don't move because he didn't know how to animate.
No. They all look like, all the people look like models out of Half-Life 2.
Well, this is the casual mode. Let's jump over to more casual mode. Realistic mode or Killjoy mode? How about Killjoy? I'll jump ahead a little. Now you're flying the plane. That's the Killjoy mode. Oh, he fell down upside down. Okay. Let's move on to realistic mode, which starts in the opening sequence underwater. That's good.
Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time. You'll find a list of approved electronic
talks to
devices in the in-flight information section.
The guy that
of
did
Sky
this review
Magazine.
talks to the
If you're
developer,
seated at an emergency exit,
and apparently the developer was quite rude or whatever. He says, where is it? Responds to some follow-up questions about how the game was made and got it through Greenlight. And the reviewer says, I also feel it's important to know if I'm talking to a teenager, so I asked if he minds sharing his age. The reply was, firstly, it's rude to ask such questions. I have a feeling you're going to write a bad review of my game. He apologizes, but explains that he doesn't think air control should be sold based on all of the issues that he said. And he also brings up the audio that's directly taken from Delta's air safety video. The developer ignores or doesn't understand the content of the email and instead responds, "Thank you for understanding," and no smiley emoticon. By the way, I'm going to release regular updates. So it just, yeah,
it's. This is, I think, a good example of Steam greenlighting.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just an example of poor developer choices.
It's not.
But that doesn't matter.
I made my first game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether or not that this game was made, that it's good or bad. It's just the fact that Steam greenlit.
Yeah.
That's the problem that we've discussed that exists with this whole movement towards how can I explain it? Steam Greenlight is part of the problem. Kickstarter is part of the problem. These game dev schools that are pumping people through are part of the problem. It's like, hey, you have to do this in order to pass this course. And then once you're done, you can actually put that on Greenlight and try and get it out there. And you can put it on Kickstarter to try and get money for it. And it's developing this culture of mediocre or subpar. I'm not even going to say mediocre because this one is definitely below the mediocre line. Mediocre seems like medium. That's, there's stuff above and stuff below. This one's kind of down near the bottom. This isn't gaming. This is someone's science experiment gone horribly wrong. I don't. And there's mountains of this type of game out there. Like this is one example.
This is the equivalent of someone getting, say, a game editor, building a box room, and then publishing it as a map. That's what this is.
Yeah.
But it got greenlit.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Which means people voted
that
for
takes
it.
away all credibility of someone saying, hey, my game got greenlit.
Yep.
This got greenlit. You put yourself in the same category as this.
That's right.
Your game could be brilliant, but it got greenlit. Sorry. Not going to look at it. And there's
also, apparently, it's developed by somebody that's never, ever been on a plane in their entire life.
Yeah.
This is what I imagine like.
So I don't know. I've always had a problem with Steam Greenlight because there never really was a clear indication of its purpose or intent. Never. It was pre-hype is the best I could get out of it. It's like, see if you could get some free hype for your game before you have to pay for hype. And if it gets enough hype, then we'll say that it gets the little green check mark of approval of hype obtained, achievement unlocked, hype obtained. That's essentially what it's turning into is just an Xbox achievement. I got Steam Greenlit for my game. Is it published yet? No, I just got Steam Greenlit. What's next? Kickstarter. I'm working on the Kickstarter achievement. Like, unfortunately, that seems to be the process for games nowadays, and it's
wrong.
It's killing this industry. Before the show, we're like, why is there no games to play? This is why there's no games to play. Because everybody's like, hey, I did a game.
Clearly, your tastes are just too snobby because anybody in their right mind would enjoy this.
Unfortunately, I seem to think that that's actually what the guy that made this thinks is actually that's what's going through his head right now. Like, oh, they're all just wrong. This game's like, I hope it's some sort of like horrific joke and it's all just.
How much time does he sit there and spend playing the game as opposed to working on it?
I don't know. I don't want to know how long. I have jokes, but they're
I think that's part of the, that happens a lot. I think a developer will go out there and they'll make a game. They won't enjoy playing it, but they'll think it's great because of all the effort they put into it.
It's functional, yeah, and they put a lot of time and effort into it, but never asked, is it fun?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You get emotionally attached to your projects one way or another, and you end up your project can end up suffering because of that. Especially if you don't look at it objectively. It's like, hey, we did this. Yay for us, we did this. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna love it because we did it. No. No. You as a developer could spend months and months, years working on a certain aspect of your game. It's like, oh, this is going to be the focal thing of this game. Everybody's going to be like, why is this game great? It's because of this right here, this little this, and then everybody plays it and they're like, yeah, that's shit. And they go over here and you're like, no, you have to focus on this. No, that's shit. We're going to focus over here on the fun bits. And there's a lack of fun bits. What's that?
Decisions are made in like 5 minutes, whether I like a game or not. No, this game's shit. That's enough. Uninstall.
Yeah, uninstall.
All right, well, at least you'll be able to play this on your Steam machine when you get that in 2015. It's been delayed a bit.
Something I
How
didn't
can it have
ask
been
for.
delayed? It's coming from like a bazillion different companies.
I know.
Is it software?
It's a hardware issue, my friend.
It's got to be a Linux issue.
That's probably what it is.
It's overheating. It's melting.
no, it's just Valve time.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Didn't you guys think of that?
Did anyone not expect this? It's Valve. Like,
So we'll actually get one in 2017.
yeah, nothing comes out when they say it.
I completely forgot that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make what they're trying to do is they're trying to get Steam machines to come out all looking like steampunk equipment. That's probably what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of would be cool, in a way.
It'd be cool. I still wouldn't buy one, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't buy one. I mean, I've got a PC and a laptop. I don't need another toned down PC or laptop just so I can play my Steam games that I can already play quite adequately on my PC or laptop. Thank you very much.
Unless you're me and you can't play Call of Duty World at War anymore.
Hey, I was going to say, did you try running that in compatibility mode?
You would not believe the amount of things I tried to get that running. Literally, I tried making love to the computer to see if that would do it, but it didn't.
And then he tried to get the game to work.
Yeah, I did. There were no words for the number of fixes and things I tried to get it working, but it is not happening.
It's amazing what you can stick in a USB port.
More amazed that it fit
USB port would have been a better idea. I went for the headphone jack. That would have been a much better idea.
Headphone jack was a little tight.
I can just see this episode being on Fox
loose,
already. Gaming
A
show.
little loose.
I can just see the headlines now. Gaming show tells kids to have sex with headphone jacks.
Hey, any publicity is
That
good
gives
publicity.
jacking a whole new...
Oh, boy.
This
All right.
went to shit in a handbag. Wow.
Well, there's something out there talking about Wolfenstein in the game.
I like what's going on in the chat room. Half-Life 3 is delayed. Half-Life 3 is confirmed, then instantly delayed. The confirmation of Half-Life 3 has been delayed.
I'm only going to touch on this one quickly here. Wolfenstein is loved and hated by pirates because it's such a large download.
Arr!
Oh no.
These problems I have.
Talk about a first world problem.
I know.
The download is so big I can't be bothered to pirate it.
Love that we live.
What with me?
Yeah, When did we start living in a world where people are that lazy?
This is the equivalent of going into a store, stealing a chocolate bar and going, this chocolate bar is a bit too small.
No, it's the equivalent of going into a store, stealing it, getting halfway at the door and going, yeah, I'll just take it back. I can't be bothered.
I don't want to eat this.
Yeah, like...
You mean I have to go to the store to steal it?
Well, yeah, actually, that's probably better.
Yeah, I actually have to go into the store to steal a chocolate bar?
Christ, like, you can't even be... That just breaks my mind a little bit.
It weighs 78 grams.
I can't be bothered. All right.
I can't. That's just far too much carrying.
Yeah. I have to go outside. I have to, like...
First, I have to figure out what aisle it's in.
Oh.
Maybe
Which means I'm gonna have to ask somebody, and I'm gonna have to, like, socially interact with someone. I just can't do it.
Mm-mm.
That's the secret to stopping people from pirating now, is to make your games just
massive.
size. Yeah.
Ridiculously. But the thing is they make these games ridiculously huge for no reason too.
Yeah.
What is the reason Wolfenstein is so big? Because they'd have uncompressed audio on it.
Yeah.
Why? Because it was easier for them to not compress the audio for the PC than it was to try and figure out what everybody's audio decompression was.
Oh, that was for
I
Titanfall.
call bullshit on that. I call 100% bullshit on that, because there's 2 audio decompression tools out there that every computer has, one or the other, or both.
Or put an agent inside of your game that decompresses it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I call bullshit on that. That is just straight up laziness on the, just like Titanfall. Exactly, just like Titanfall. But that is the reason that Wolfenstein was so big.
Well, there's another way to make it hated by pirates. That would be to make a game that nobody actually wants. Battlefield Cops and Robbers.
My goodness. Yeah.
The next Battlefield game, Hardline, is going to be Payday. It is Payday.
I'm okay with that because I'm not going to buy it. What I do like is that the Frostbite 2 engine is still being used for the development of the upcoming Star Wars game. What I don't know is whether it's any better than what we've seen.
Yeah.
Or
EA's involved, so...
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. EA's involved. And I'm like, motherfuckers, they got Star Wars and stole my money for that, and now they're going to do Star Wars again. And I know I'm going to be pissed off. I might as well be pissed off now and get it over with.
I'm hoping this leaked trailer, by the way, I hope that it explains.
Officially leaked.
Now, how many of you have played Payday?
I love it. I love both the first and the second one.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I'd marry it if I could.
I hear that's legal in quite a few states now.
Yeah.
I know Breezy played it. I don't know about Welshie and Strider.
I played the first one.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, I guess I gotta buy that stupid DLC.
Based on that, I'm hoping that the opening of this video actually describes what the game's about, pretty much. Here it comes.
Whether fighting in World War II, Vietnam, the distant future, or the modern day, fans have come to expect one thing when they hear the word battlefield: all-out warfare. In Omaha, Visceral Games and DICE are teaming up to bring the all-out warfare experience to a new setting. War on Crime.
War on Crime.
In Omaha, you will engage in all-out criminal warfare as you fight to serve and protect, or serve yourself.
Because
Battlefield has always been about teamwork and playing with friends. When a squad works together, few games are as fun or rewarding.
Helicopters and jeeps.
Multiplayer modes in Omaha are built with tactical coordination.
Okay, they're not explaining it very well. Here's one where you have to go in and rob the bank. Or you have to be the cop side and stop them from getting robbed.
So it's Payday then.
Oh, it is Payday.
There has never been a greater need.
I wasn't kidding.
Zipline. Did you see that? They just ziplined into an air vent. Did anyone see that?
All-new heist mode is all about the big score.
Heist mode.
While the robbers try to
Payday?
blow open the vault and make off with the loot, cops are there to block their every escape.
Payday does Payday well enough.
In Rescue,
So yeah, it's
SWAT
literally
masterminds
DICE
move
are
in to save
so out of
hostages
ideas that they're
captured
just
during a robbery gone wrong.
Rescue mode, the
Hotwire
hostages.
has cops chasing cars
And then one
with
more,
extra
Hotwire, where you have to chase, do a whole
players
chase.
have to think fast and
I think
drive
DICE
even
might not
faster.
even be involved with this one. There's some other company, I think.
DICE opens Battlefield
Visceral.
Hardline
Is a
Preorders.
fast-paced battle over a huge pile
So they're
of
involved
guns.
somehow, but you're saying that they're not actually developing.
Yeah, it's Visceral that's doing most of the development work.
No matter your play style
If
or
you're worrying
preferred
about
side of the
DICE
law,
spreading
there is a
themselves too
multiplayer
thin,
mode.
this game is being developed not by the Swedish studio, but by Visceral.
That,
Oh dear God.
I'm trying to find out if they actually made.
After delivering
Morphus has got an
amazing
awesome
storytelling
gift there.
and
That is fantastic.
The Visceral team aims to revitalize our single-player campaign with Omaha.
I don't know if you can get that on your
I will get that on the screen somehow.
That is
Our
fantastic.
hero is Nick Mendoza, a young Miami man who gets caught up in his own personal struggle between right and wrong, cop and criminal. Nick embarks
What is it? Now we zoom into EA.
seeking revenge
He's
against
choosing a
his
game,
once-trusted
Grand
partner.
Theft Auto, Payday, or
Looking at all three of them.
Battlefield. Battlefield or Payday, or he puts them all together,
For the cops.
and he comes up with Battlefield Hardline.
Letting cops take this.
Surrounding Nick is a rogue gallery of crooked cops and politicians.
It's very good.
Chatterbox deranged.
I want my laptop.
The Omaha campaign draws
Well, they made Visceral made Dead Space,
each level structured like an episode, cliffhangers.
so
and
you get a lot of that camera stuck on your back.
bringing its characters
Look.
to life is an all-star cast and crew from hit shows like Justified, The
So
Americans,
there's going to be
and
some
House of
drama in it.
On the gameplay side, our
Promises
environments
continued
are wider and
BF4
more
support.
open than ever before.
I thought they were going to
Enemy
fix
AI has been
BF4
Yeah, don't you have
before
to-
they did anything.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you have to?
oh yeah.
Do you have to provide support first before you continue it?
Well, first of all, wasn't it?
Continuing the same
Level of service
Right.
you've been
level
getting.
quality of support as they've been providing in the past, which means we're going to release something that's totally going to break 10 other things, and then try and distract you with something shiny over here.
Set in locations both
Well, it was. I'm sorry, we realize everything's broken, so you know what? We're not going to release any more DLC until it's all fixed.
Shoot out the inside of
By
a
the way, here's some DLC.
left.
And here comes another game, but we'll still work on Battlefield 4. Don't worry, because that's what they said here.
I think that
Wide array of urban
Battlefield
environments.
4 is like the Windows Vista. You know,
They're just like, fuck.
Battlefield 4 is to EA what Windows Vista was to Microsoft. It's like it is so fucking broken. They just want it to go to the next thing. Let's move on, and hopefully no one will remember this chapter in our history.
Promoting the militarization of local law enforcement here. It's, I hope they pull an XCOM thing where. Wait, never mind, because that actually happened. I remember when there was an XCOM that was presented as a third person. You remember there's this XCOM game and it was a first person shooter, and people were like, "What is this? XCOM is a first person shooter? That's stupid. We don't want that." And then the developer went back and changed it to a third person shooter, and it still came out, and people said, "What is this? This is pretty stupid." But
People.
yeah, I hope they at least take that acknowledgement. Like, we understand that we've put millions of dollars into this already for something that no one was going to care for, but because we are hearing that people don't care for this, we should stop right now instead of releasing it.
Let go Battlefield.
That's definitely the next thing. The thing is, when you were saying about Star Wars earlier, that is just going to be Star Wars Battlefield.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be Battlefront. I was hoping, but
But
Yeah.
what I find amusing about this is only now, after however long it's been out, they've thought to fix the server issues, maybe we should raise the tick rate from whatever it was, something silly like 30, up to something more respectable. It's like that should have been the first thing you've thought of.
It's almost like they just put the game out and went to the Bahamas and left Dave in the office by himself.
Dave's not here.
And Dave tries to call all the people every day, but they never answer. I don't know what to do. I'm here by myself. I just cleaned the toilets. I don't even know why you would leave me in charge of this.
I hate visceral cleanup. In real life.
Cut to the rest of the DICE employees just on a beach.
Maybe that's what DICE stands for. Dave is changing everything.
I suppose we'll see more of Battlefield Hardline at E3.
I'm sure.
Sounds like a talk show.
It does.
This week on Battlefield Hardline, this guy married his sister.
That's the DLC.
Yeah, you need that little news ticker beat in the background.
Weekly DLC.
I might have.
Oh god. I'm still waiting for somebody, like one of these big companies, to start doing that where it's like they start charging for patches. Like, hey, we fixed the font on one of the things. I'll be $3.99.
This week on Battlefield Hardline.
Our game is still broken and we're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, Battlefield Hardline, otherwise known as Fox News. That is fan-fucking-tastic. I can't wait. You know, they're going to come out with a game that's so realistic looking that Fox News is actually going to report on a war that doesn't exist.
That happened with Armor.
That did actually. Yeah. I don't know if it wasn't Fox News though. It was an ITV documentary or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
From
It was something to do with the IRA, the Northern Ireland bombings, or something like that, and it cut to. They said actual footage, and it was just footage from Armor. That's hilarious.
These are the people who are delivering news to you.
Yep.
All right. We also have Bethesda now. Bethesda's working on the idea of Team Fortress 2. They're going to remake
That's
it.
exactly what it is when I looked at it. It is Team Fortress 2. I'm glad someone else said that.
It is. No, I'm not the only one that said it. So does this guy who played it, that reviewed it, that I watched this morning. It's like Battlefield 2, but but what? There's no but after that. It's
That could have gone entirely different, that intro. That was all.
Holy shit, that's hard.
All right, I'm already bored showing the video.
Yeah, it sounds like a Quentin Tarantino western.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like one too if you keep watching. Blood and swords. All right, I'm still bored.
I love how this cutscene looks awesome, and then you look at screenshots of the game and it looks horrendous.
That was a loud video.
Yeah, it was.
Oh wow, this really does look shit.
It looks exactly like Team Fortress.
Yeah. It is.
And it's free to play as well.
With a subscription, I'm sure. It's Bethesda. I'm not kidding, really.
Everything, you pay for everything.
A 32-player online action game. In other words, it's not open world. Planned to be in beta next year.
I'm sick of
being the beta next year.
I'm sick of hearing about beta. Like fucking Christ.
Now they're pre-announcing betas.
Yeah.
Get in line for your beta.
Pre-order your beta access
Gotta get
now.
the beta hype up.
Oh boy.
It's literally just like, hey, let's just not hire a QA department because we can get the people to pay us money.
Yeah, to test the
Yeah,
game.
but
Due to
thing
the
is, they
failed,
don't
due to
take
the
it on
failed
board
interest in
anyway.
our beta, we now have to put this game on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I kind of get is happening here with Epic and their new Unreal, right? They're like, we don't need a PR. We're just going to show you us playing it inside the editor.
To be honest, I'd rather watch someone play in the game than having, you know, some of the shit that some people put out.
Questionably operational.
Look at this video of our game. That looks nothing like our game. Yay!
Yeah, this video of Call of Duty cutscenes cost us $1 million to produce, and it's costing us $1.6 million every 15-second air slot that we put out on TV nationwide. We've produced this game with a budget of over $10 billion, 500 of which went to the actual development team.
Not 500 million, $500.
Yeah.
They got pizza and beer, that was it.
Who has 15?
At least this gives you a sort of an idea of what you're going to be getting.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably cost them, what, like $10 to film this?
Oh yeah, what? That much?
No, you just get somebody that owns a camera already and it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
I own a camera. It's on my phone.
One of those. They strap a GoPro to their head and it's like, yeah,
Just walk around.
here.
See, this is more the sort of thing I'd like to see. You know, the people in the office saying, well, this is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it looks.
Yeah, but you're never going to get these so-called, and that's another problem I have, is a lot of these companies are now making self-elected AAA titles. So yeah, we're developing a AAA title, wait, but you can't just, you don't get to call it that.
Yeah. We get to call it that. That's our word.
Well, as I posted in the chat window, if you're part of the that $20 a month use our engine and build your own game subscription, then you will have access to this, which is nothing new that Epic does. They provide you with not only tools but also resources to work with, and that's what this is a resource, so that you get an access to what they're developing to help you make your next game, or you know, just to steal from and throw into your own game.
That Ham,
Yeah.
they're going to do that on Kickstarter, and if they meet their goal, they'll put a stretch goal in. They'll be coming up with something worth even, you know, it's even better idea. Help us come up with a single A idea, and if we hit that goal, that target, we're gonna go for a stretch goal for a double A type game idea.
Yeah.
Like that, the whole AAA thing has no meaning to me anymore. What it means to me now is we're going to throw a shit ton of money at this and it'll have no substance, but look at the shiny.
A triple A game used to be content was triple A. Now it's the related media hype that is triple A.
I have a sketch on a napkin, yeah.
I need your help to make this real.
I just imagine there's a lot of board meetings that are like, yes, and we're trying to make this a reality, and this is how, and you're just like sitting there slowly sinking into your chair going, oh my god.
Hang on, let's see if I can, there we go. Alright. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it stands for, AAA. It's advertising, advertising, advertising.
Oh, something that I don't see listed, but that ties into the to Unreal 4 engine, is that on Steam now, now you can have access. You can subscribe to the.
We need to help make this a reality.
A bag of money
Kickstarter for this. Bag of money. Let's make that a reality. Join Kickstarter today.
Yeah.
Pledge.
We want to make the big bag of money bag. You know the worst, generally the worst thing about that is if you actually threw that up, I bet you people would spend money on it.
Somebody.
At least one person. You'd get one person go, yeah, I'll give him $5 for that. I want a big bag of money bag. And we have to put a disclaimer right at the bottom, really small writing that says, you won't get actual money in the bag, you'll just get the bag.
that the money was
You get a
in.
picture. You get a
Money not included.
personalized picture that is reproduced massively
In
reproduced.
my basement.
Copy likeness of the big bag of money once it's full.
But that's only at the $5 backing level. If you go $1, you get a thank you.
Yeah.
You get a handwritten thank you note by
And
Breezy.
if you
write.
If you open your hearts and your wallets and donate $100, we will personally sign the photocopy of.
And you can take a picture with me.
The money will not be here, but you can still take the picture with me.
You can take a picture of me, but I won't actually be there. It'll just be a cardboard cutout of me.
Yeah, you could take a picture of me on your computer screen as I do this show. Other than that,
I'll allow you to Photoshop yourself in with me. I'll stand like this and just take a photo, and you can just kind of.
Oh my goodness, this is actually getting funded.
What?
This.
Aside from this ridiculous men of game development calendar, Ham, what were you going to bring up about Unreal? Did it happen to be that Unreal Flappy Birds remake?
Oh no, but that's
okay.
That's worth
Called
mentioning,
Tappy
too.
Chicken. That's available for free that you could play.
Yeah, you can see the
I don't
engine.
want
at
those
its core.
calendars. I'm in the calendar.
CryEngine is also a subscription based engine now, and that's available on Steam. You can subscribe directly through Steam now for I think $9.90 a month USD.
£6.
Yeah, so all these subscriptions. So now they're gonna ask for money every month to motivate you and to finish something, or maybe you just end up spending money every month and not doing anything.
Nobody will do that.
I don't know.
Yep. There you go for $9.90. Awesome.
Man, game development. This is ridiculous. Oh well.
All right. We've definitely got our hour. I don't know if you want to keep going with the last three aren't really that good. Here you go.
There's all kinds of topics with no love and second-class topics. And
PlayStation Plus, you're getting 2 free games every month instead of just 1 game.
Yay.
Yay. Acer announces the first Nvidia G-Sync package for 4K monitors.
Yay.
Oh, we're going to fly through these.
Yep. And finally, a set of headsets from Mad Catz, I think it is, that is supposed to be heavy in the bass.
Yay.
Feel free to research and discuss these topics amongst yourselves.
Just do it your own. Just do it yourself shows now.
Yeah.
We've got this topic. Just look them up yourself and talk about it.
Yeah. We should put our show on Kickstarter.
Lots on Craft.
You know, Ham, that thing you brought up about Crytek, is that any relation to the announcement that they had a week or two ago about their new multiplayer strategy game called Arena of Fate?
Yeah, that MOBA. No, it is
because that's a
not.
subscription-based kind of thing.
The MOBA.
Okay.
I think the MOBA is supposed to be free to play whenever it gets released, because everybody has to have a free to play MOBA.
Yeah, right.
But that was announced before the announcement of the MOBA, whatever, Arena of Fate. Those headphones look weird.
That's because they're just one's turned down. You know, some headphones they turn flat, so you can. I don't know what the purpose of turning your headphone flat. Package.
Yeah, I was going to put that on there. Where'd it go?
I put it up already. I beat you to it. Oh, you're going to take the URL. I see.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
That one. All right.
Oh, wrong one. You want
This
the other
one.
one? Okay, you can do that one. Okay. Anything else you guys want to throw at to listeners before we?
Somebody go find something worth playing.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Payday 2's on sale.
Actually, the link is up on the Mods on Air and Mods Online affiliates page for the no scope glasses. Protect your eyes today. Get yourself a pair.
Okay, let's see. Where would I find it? If I went to the ModsOnAir.com website and I went over to let's see, fit it in the window, and I scroll down a little bit, it'll be right over here. No scope glasses. You can click on that and you can see that they're available right here. For every $20 pair that you buy, we get $1. We've already sold a couple.
And actually, ironically, Welshie has turned into less of a skeptic.
Well, yeah, actually. It's not that I was a skeptic, it's just the fact that I don't wear glasses at all, so... I don't wear contact, so it's
Me either.
different to me. I have taken to only wearing them while I'm playing stuff. Like, I'm not wearing them just in general computer use. But yeah, like, I played a game for a good 3 hours last weekend. And normally after that kind of continuous session, my eyes will, I wouldn't say that they hurt, but they're definitely strained. And last weekend I thought, okay, I'll try doing the same thing, but with the glasses on, and after it, I didn't have the same effects. It was a lot.
But admit about the first hour. It was different.
Yeah, it takes getting used to, and I'm still not quite used to them, and it's going to take longer for me because I don't wear glasses normally, so I'm not used to...
But I don't think it has anything to do with not normally wearing glasses. I find that the first time wearing these glasses, I had more trouble focusing at first, and then later on I was able to handle it better.
Did you try the trick that I told you about?
No, I didn't go running outside staring at the sun.
You don't know, not staring at the sun. If you go outside on a sunny day with the glasses on and look around and just do it for like 5 minutes, your eyes will assimilate those colors to things that you're used to seeing faster, and it's I don't know.
I just left them on my head for a few hours while I not only worked at the computer but then got up to take care of other stuff. Part of that was going outside, and it did get easier.
Did you? I didn't see any more feedback from you after that comment, other than the New Jersey does have sunshine, theoretically. What were your thoughts on them then, Foil?
They're fine on my head. They're comfortable enough. They don't bother me really. I just have that issue with focusing. Even right now, I had them off for most of the show, and then I put them back on. Right now, I have to actually concentrate a little bit or something to get the initial focus, and then I'm okay going along with it. And I don't know if it's the color contrast, or is it quite possibly, as well she keeps pointing out, I don't normally wear glasses, and I can actually see some of this, the bridge.
Yeah, do you find...
Are my eyes focusing there? They might be.
The thing I have is I keep looking down at the bridge because I'm like aware that it's there, because I'm just not used to it. Like, I don't even wear sunglasses.
Your eyes are like...
Right.
Yeah, I keep doing this.
I have a divider in between my eyes that every now and then catches my peripheral and changes my focus.
Yeah, that's the exact thing that I have, and I think it's just because like you're just not used to wearing glasses at all.
Right. I think that could be it.
Like, I keep going cross-eyed because I keep looking down at the...
We're all gonna.
Bridge.
Yeah, didn't Steve Martin do that in The Jerk?
Yeah.
My glasses are somewhere in Miami at the moment.
Somewhere in Miami.
What are they doing in Miami?
That's not
Your
close.
glasses are getting to see more of the world than you are.
They are.
Is that some sort of like secret agent code? The glasses are in Miami.
What's the correct response? I can't. Oh no.
According to my tracking of my my delivery, that's where they are. So I got a while to wait yet.
Well, the thing is they're in Miami, and Miami is the expo,
the stripper.
So they're not going to show up again until they're somewhere in the UK. And so, yeah, they're probably in the air or on a boat or hanging off the bottom of a carrier pigeon.
Someone's wearing them.
Transportation you took.
Breaking them in.
Yeah. Some strangers are wearing them on the ship.
More than likely. Damn, if they ship them, I'll be well mad. We did not invent aeroplanes just so we could ship shit. Come on now.
Sorry, your glasses were lost at sea.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they put them on a little boat, and they're like, ocean current, drop it. Here, there we go. All right. Track that, bitches.
I haven't actually tried to track it today. Maybe I should check that.
Well, you check that. I'm going to wrap things up over here because we're going way over time. I want to thank our hosts for taking the time out to chat. Welshie, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Strider, thank you for joining us.
It's always an adventure.
Ham, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
And Breezy, thanks for being here with us.
No problem.
So we will be back.
Just here in general.
Just here in general, right. So we'll be back again next week with some more topics, even though we have E3 coming up. Maybe we'll have some that news. So tune in. Same bat channel.
Oh. Same bad time.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners. Here's a video from a country who is trying to entice people to go out and vote.
Husk at stemme til Europaparlamentsvalget. Nej, tak du. Jeg tror, jeg springer over.
When there is a European Parliament election, there is one man you need to call.
Hallo, Boatman. Vi har brug for dig. Boatman kommer.
As a young man, Folkman forgot to vote at a European Parliament election. That taught him a painful lesson. No influence on climate regulations, agricultural subsidies, chemicals in toys, and the amount of cinnamon allowed in his cinnamon buns. Horrified by this, he decided he would dedicate his life making everybody vote. So, if you're not gonna vote, don't try to run. Don't try to hide, because he will hunt you down. He will find you, and he will make you vote. So, what you gotta do, you gotta vote.
Well, that happened.
Yeah. Isn't making people vote defeating the entire object of said voting?
Yeah.
You go vote! Yeah. You check first box down!
Okay, everyone. Oh, it's past May 25th. You missed your chance to vote.
Actually, for those of you that don't know it, because I got an email on this, for those of you that don't know it and even care, Battlefield 3 is free on Origin.
Yeah. Yes, I've already heard this.
Yeah.
But not permanently.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Oh.
Not permanently, no. It's June 3rd.
No, you have to activate it on your Origin account today. Today's the last day.
Oh.
So go activate it on your Origin account. You'll get Battlefield 3, and you can not play it like everybody else that has it.
Yeah, you can say you have it at least. Because if you want the entirety of the content, then it's gonna cost you about $40 still. Oh, I forget. It's too late now, but I forgot to mention during the show that Battlefield 4 added microtransactions. That's just a thing now.
What a shocker!
Yeah. So that's just part of the game now.
Is it like you can buy a patch to fix something that's broken?
They're working on it.
Aren't they
for that on Kickstarter?
Yeah, they've got microtransactions for battle packs. So they're like grab bags. They're the little sort of, you don't know what's going to be inside. It's the equivalent of a TF2 crate or something.
Of getting like Pokemon cards. But you don't know what's going to be in there. It might be a shiny.
Yeah.
Real money for something like that?
Yeah, $1, $3, and I think $5 maybe. Or maybe it's just
Yeah,
$1,
you
$2, and
get the
$3.
bronze, the silver, and the gold crates.
Yeah, maybe
Awesome.
those are 1, 2, and 3. But so that's that. That's part of the experience now. Enjoy. If EA has kept to one thing, it's their dedication to them saying that they were gonna make sure that every game they put out from there forth would have a microtransaction store associated with it.